Yeah, one of them's usually more delayed than the other, so I sync it up to make them both slow. Oh wow, we have a simultaneous start here. No syncing needed.
I'm just gonna refresh then because I
Yeah,
have them slightly out of sync.
me
Okay.
too. Yeah.
Well, one of them took an extra step entering the magic container cave, so that also messes up the thing that I usually use as the sync point. But I'll let you know when one of them's exiting. No 50 bag for either of them. Alright, and it's going to be Light Z exiting first, right now, and then now Breastickle, so 1 second apart.
Alright. We're gonna see what strat they're going for. I expect, yeah, Light is gonna go get the trophy first, and Breastickle is not, but maybe he's gonna get the 50p bag from the forest after he got shield.
I know Light doesn't do Trophy Cave that much anymore. He used to do it a lot, so I think he'll be okay in here.
And he's skipping that. Okay, good. So you don't want to skip that Goria, that's the point of
No.
coming here.
Well, you do want to skip it when you're doing any percent deathless or other dark categories, so maybe that's why he got the trophy without killing it at first.
I think it's more of a habit on the because he doesn't go here that often. So on the way back, when you go here on the way back to go to Jump Town, you just jump over him for the faster strat. So
Yeah, that's also right.
Although, once you go there on the way to Jump Town, by that point, if you're attack 4, it only takes 3 hits, so
yeah,
it's not that much time gained anyway.
Yeah, I usually kill it anyway, just because I'm always scared I'm gonna mess something up and get hit by a boomerang.
Light might get this? No, not even close. The enemies went the wrong way. So he says forget it, and he goes right into this encounter here instead of doing an encounter skip.
And it looks like Breastickle didn't go for the 50p bag, so he's relying on getting double 200s.
Ooh, a little bit of a dance, but manages to get the bubble skip. So that's going to put him ahead.
Yep.
Right now it looks like he's behind, but that's only because he got something that Light Z didn't, right? Light Z didn't go for shield.
yeah, no, he didn't.
So Light Z did the trophy cave, but didn't do shield. Shield takes a bit longer. Breastickle was going for, I think he was trying to get a reverse bubble skip, which I haven't seen anyone try to do in one of these races.
Yeah, especially when you get the first bubble skip. I don't think there's a good reason to try to get for the reverse bubble skip, because it's really harder to get. Because basically, he got the first one, but by trying to go for the second one, he lost all the lead the first one had given him.
I agree, I think it's not worth it at all. I mean, I don't even think most people try to do that in PB attempts.
No, I don't think so.
I kind of started doing it if I miss it on the way there. I just fool around and say, well, I'm already here. I might as well try and get it on the way back. But if I don't get it, I just reset. So
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I know BB does that too. So Breasticle's just holding on to his life here.
Yeah, he's having a rough start.
That's right, and we don't have to hear the beeping, but he's listening to some beeping right now, and that kind of ups the level of tension.
Yeah, definitely. I guess he's gonna go for the ferry, but there's one bot on the way there that can troll you pretty hard.
Might just kill it to be safe. Or missing one of these skeleton jumps to be honest though, if he's going for two 200 bag 200 bag drops, he doesn't need to do the skeleton jumps.
Yeah, you're right.
But right there, yeah, he did stop and kill that bot very carefully, and he's going for the fairy.
I like that. Yeah, it was obvious he was going to get the fairy.
Yeah.
Light
Even if
looks-
that- Even if that wasn't a race, I would have gone for the fairy there. And he casted shield and went directly in the Doom Knocker. It looks like maybe he's not sure how to look at the pattern and know when exactly you can go.
I think it's pretty reasonable cast to shield here, because you can afford to cast it twice in this
I do
dungeon.
love casting shield here. Sorry, yeah.
I would do it, because I see a lot of people take hits from the Doom Knocker. Of all the things people are going to end up getting hit by in this palace, most likely the Doom Knocker. Maybe a bot, but...
Yeah, but take a full square when you're on life 1.
I have seen people cast shield in the room with the bridge that's got 2 bots on either side.
Yep, that's one place where I would sometimes think about casting it. And it looks like Lightsy took life 2. I don't know why, because he went for Trophy Cave first, so he had a shot at attack 4 with only 1 P-Bag, but now he needs double P-Bag to get it.
Which he's already missed.
Yep.
His drop was on one of the enemies in that previous room and got a red jar, so it's out of
Oh, I
the
didn't
question.
realize. I
Yeah.
thought he skipped the skeleton.
No, I was surprised too, but yeah, his drop was a red jar. Yeah,
Oh, maybe he killed one of the Stalfos by reflex and then realized he would definitely need double 200s, and that's why he took life 2, because it was too late anyway.
Yep. Although, I think you can kill 5 or 6 bots, right? And doesn't that give you barely enough? Maybe you need to kill a little more than that.
I'm not sure. I know that's right if you get the first 50 P-Bag, but does Jump Cave, Trophy Cave actually give 50? I thought it was slightly
It's
less.
40, but normally you have more than enough if you get the 50 bag. I think you have 10 more than you need.
Yeah, you might be right. Well, it looks like he's gonna go with the attack 3 here.
And he gets no 200 bag from that one either. You see a bit of a smirk on his webcam there.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now, if he did kill his Stalfos by accident, now he realizes it's not that big of a problem because he didn't get any P-Bag anyway.
Mm-hmm. And look how many extra hits Horsehead takes. So slow at attack 2, that really sucks.
Yep.
Well, we'll know in a little bit who's ahead, but I think Light Z is going to be ahead, even despite the fact that he has not done Shield Town yet.
Oh,
Oh,
Breastickle looking at that.
Ooh, yeah.
And hopefully for him, he at least get a P-Bag here. No, double red jar for him as well. So
Man.
both players gonna have attack 3.
Yeah, game's hating, but at least that keeps it close. Where's Light Z? Oops, I forgot the shield spell.
He's laughing right now.
Yeah.
So you're so used to doing attempts a certain way that once you change it up, I think people just, you just forget. It's just natural to go exactly where you've been going the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like muscle memory.
Pandemic in the chat points out a really important point there, that if you know that you're not going to be able to get it, then you should skip one of those enemies, and you should save that drop for after Palace 1. Give you one extra drop in the Death Mountain Palace 2 segment.
Yeah, could have done that.
Yep, a real easy one to skip is the Doom Knocker that Breastickle died to. Just run underneath it when it jumps. You can also skip the final Iron Knuckle.
Yeah, with attack 2 you can push them back, so it's actually not as hard. But with attack 3 you kind of have to damage through them or do something weird with them. It's like very hard. But with attack 2 you can push them right off the screen. Because
Yeah.
it's 6 hits.
Right. Well, we got Lightsey going into town now, and Breasticle's still picking up the trophy here. So now we can finally tell how far apart our players are.
Yeah, they would have been closer if Breastickle didn't die.
And that death's going to have repercussions in the rest of this run.
And he's getting an encounter here. That's unlucky.
Yeah, it's tough to guarantee you don't get an encounter coming out of that cave, but usually if you do get one, you can take it on the path, so it's at least not so bad.
Yeah, I think he started going left a little bit too early instead of keep going down. So Lightsey getting through the first room of Jump Cave. He did get hit once, so but you don't really need Beam Sword in this cave anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
It's kind of nice for the last. I just call them Red Devil bats.
Right. The
Yeah, it
Eggman.
can be helpful, but
Yeah,
it's possible to jump and hit it.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You got a lot
It's
of
just-
patterns.
Yeah, I think the only reason that you really care about your life here is if you plan to not refill your life anywhere in the next town.
Yeah.
Some small time savings, but we see a lot of people taking the magic refill in that town regardless, just so they can get full life and full magic going into Death Mountain.
Light getting a big encounter in the swamp, his life is pretty low.
Yep.
This big encounter on the forest might kill him. It's a pretty hard one to deal with. Yeah.
Yep, you called it.
It's one of the worst encounters in the game, actually. You got the blue moblins, the birds, I don't know their name, and the blue spiders, so it's all of the most annoying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and he got a soft lock.
Oh my god. Okay. He's hitting the reset button and he's going, but
I think he's gonna reset and start over again, yeah.
you have to. It doesn't save your game.
Damn.
Breastickle gets the Bagoo skip, but that's not nearly as bad as what just happened to his opponent. I don't know, man. 13 minutes in, this would take a colossal screw up on Breasticle's part to not win at this point.
Well, he's already lost one life. Lightsey might hope that Breastickle gets a game over at some point.
But it would be like 2 game overs.
Yeah, you're right. It's like 12 minutes ahead.
Or maybe
That's-
another soft lock later in the game. I don't know.
It's always possible. But yeah, the worst case scenario for getting soft locks is when you don't expect a level up at all. Like, of course, you can always keep watch on that, but Light was not expecting to get a level up because that's an encounter you don't usually get.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily know how much experience the enemies even give you, so...
Yep, and let's explain to the people who don't know what a softlock is. This game has a bug where if you exit a screen on the exact same frame that a level up is about to occur, if you get a level up and a screen transition at the exact same frame, game just softlocks. Nothing you can do, just reset and start again, but there's no coming back from it. The game doesn't save. So typically, if you always get your experience in the same places from the same enemies, you know which spots to avoid that in. But yeah, that was just one of those unexpected things, being in an encounter at that place at that time.
Yeah, that was really unlucky for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, it was a death and a softball. It was like, oh, sucks.
I like that he just reset the game and kept playing. Though that's better than fretting over it or raging. He didn't even flip out.
No, he's just going with it.
He's going with it, eating some pizza. He opened up
Yep.
some Little Caesars and started munching on that.
I think Lightsy is a guy you would not have any problem admitting that getting a soft lock was like his fault in some way, because it's definitely something avoidable. So he's not gonna say like that he wants a rematch or talk anything about it. I'm pretty sure Breastickle doesn't even know right now that Lightsy has had a soft lock. But Light is fine to keep going with it. He might even catch up at some point. We never know.
Well, at this point, both players have been eliminated once from this tournament, so second loss means you're out entirely, so maybe Light is just enjoying the remains of his Zelda 2 tournament here.
Yep.
I've seen some crazy things like the Link Orange race at the end there. That was insane. So.
Mhm.
Maybe the game will be nice to him and give him attack 4.
Yeah, well, he didn't go, to Trophy Cave this time, so we need to get double 200 P-bags. But last time he got double red jars, so it's only fair that he gets P-bags this time. Not sure that's how it works, but
It should work that way, though.
it should.
I'm trying to think of the worst spots for a game over. Maybe someplace really deep in Palace 5, or perhaps just before Great Palace. I mean, that might be 4 minutes to get back there, 5 minutes. Great Palace is a little over 5 minutes long, so you could die at Thunderbird, game over at Thunderbird, and have to start that whole thing again. But I think either way, it's going to take 2 game overs from Breastickle.
Well, he just got a death right now, if you're saying that.
This is, yeah, and that's true, and this is, other than those 2 things I mentioned, probably the other worst spot.
Oh
to
yeah,
game over.
definitely. Right at the end,
For hammer,
close to
yeah.
the hammer, it's one of the worst.
Yeah, once you get hammer, it's not bad at all, because you can go back a different way, because you can break boulders now, but if you game over before the hammer, it's the worst spot.
Yeah. And he even took life 3 to be extra safe, but that wasn't enough, sadly.
Yeah, taking life 3 when you came out of Palace 1 with attack 3 is pretty risky, because you're definitely betting on drops then.
Yeah.
Life
But
3,
he's lucky and he just got 1.
yeah, so he's got 1 at least, but it's going to take more than that with life 3. That puts your threshold at 400 that you need exiting Palace 2, or reaching the Monument of Palace 2, so that's a lot. Worth noting, though, that there's over 5 minutes of time difference between Lightzy's PB and Breasticle's PB, so...
Yeah, and if a game over costs about 5 minutes, well, then it would almost cover up the whole 12-minute lead that Breastickle has right now.
That's right, yeah, Lightsy having close to peak performance, and Breastickle having also close to his peak performance, and then +1 game over would put it pretty even.
Oh, so Breastickle jumping over that red Dara. I don't think he meant to do that, but now we should be pretty sure to at least get the hammer before getting a game over.
Yeah, that guy's I hope he casts shield. Oh, he doesn't have magic.
Doesn't have it,
So,
yeah.
yeah. It's probably your only defense there coming on the way back.
And he just got attack 4, so even if he died after hammer, his experience would be good as well.
Yep, and he's got the hammer, so now he's not going to lose massive time if he were to game
Oh,
over.
and
at this
he's
point.
also taking magic too, so now he really relies on getting a bunch of P-bags.
Yeah,
Wow.
at least 3 now.
Well, he's already got 2, so
Oh yeah, that's true.
Do you think he's going to plan just dying, or?
I'm not sure.
Doesn't look like it. Get the magic into. I don't know. Interesting.
what he could do is what Link Orange did on his race against you and take a game over as close to North Palace as possible.
Yeah, I was just thinking I would probably do it, maybe get the heart, well no, because then you'll have full life. But the heart container cave would be a nice spot, because that's barely out of your way.
Yeah.
I guess in the graveyard you could maybe kill yourself or something like that really fast. I don't really know.
Well, the problem is you gotta go to the square where you died after getting a game
Yeah.
over.
Mhm.
That's why the closer to North Palace you are, the faster it'll be.
Maybe let the Gria live in the heart container.
And get killed on the way back. That's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
except for the fact that you'd have full health. Well, that's alright, whatever, just a couple extra hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because then you could even get killed before you even walked halfway through that room, and the rules say you only have to enter that room. So you don't even have to go anywhere.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see if he does anything or he just keeps playing.
Well, he could always grab the one up next to the graveyard and keep going. Because there's also another one up coming up after in the swamp. After Medicine Cave.
Yeah.
So Light got attack 4.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He got double. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Of course. Yeah, so VT looks like is taking the graveyard one up.
Yeah. So we're not gonna see.
No intentional game over, it looks like.
Yep.
And he's going to get another one up near Medicine Cave. Oh, not choosing to take a hit next to that boulder there. So, how many extra steps does he need? Doesn't take any extra steps, he just goes for it.
Yeah, but he's gonna get an encounter on the swamp. He
Well,
might.
apparently not, because the game likes him a lot.
Yeah. Maybe Light actually soft locked on purpose so he could get attack 4.
Just to get a redo.
No, not to get a redo, just to get attack 4.
Right, no, I mean just a redo for just him.
For him, yeah.
For just him. Well, still sitting at pretty close to 13 minutes apart.
Breastickle just had to cast life because he was pretty low, but he got a lucky blue jar drop, so I think he's gonna be able to cast jump now. It looks like Light just stopped playing.
Yep, he's... I don't know what he's doing. He just stopped his splits.
Oh, he just forfeited on SRL.
Ah, okay, so he's done.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh well.
I thought he was gonna try and keep going.
Sure looked like he was. Let's see, next race doesn't start until 10 p.m. Eastern, so we got another hour and a half. One of you guys want to pretend to be me and race against Simple Dude? We can do that during this time.
I don't feel like racing Simple Dude. It's bad enough with Ray.
What happened to Light Z? Well, he had a soft lock. What that means is he triggered a glitch in the game that happens when you get a level up on the exact same frame that you're doing a screen transition. So you exit the screen just as a level up occurs. The game doesn't know what to do. Everything freezes. Nothing else you can do but reset and start again from the very beginning. Well, we'll watch the rest of Breasticle's run if he's going to keep playing.
I actually haven't seen much of him play, so at least I get to see that. There's so many new Zelda 2 speedrunners. It's great. I just haven't been able to catch all of them. That's the only downside.
Pretty fortunate walk into the heart container cave there. That place he took the first set of encounters over by that boulder is a spot that I don't know of any setups from. The spot where you take that encounter by the boulder usually determines how you do the rest of that walk into the cave.
Yeah, it was an interesting setup, but it didn't work, so I'm guessing he doesn't know.
Did he get a big drop on the gorilla just now?
I wasn't watching, sorry.
Okay, so I think he didn't get one, so I don't know where he changed his 6th drop.
Alright, you see right here it's taking a long time for that next set of monsters to occur, and that's because he was doing something to mess with the timing of the encounters, and it gets one of those encounters to trigger in a spot where it couldn't appear, so then you get sort of a free pass until the next encounter happens.
That was a good duck into the road encounter there too at the end.
Oops.
So just a little update. Breastickle offered Light to restart or get a rematch sometime later, but Light says that he knows it was completely his fault and he doesn't want to restart.
Okay.
And he's just gonna let Breastickle take the win. Unless, I imagine, if Breastickle really, really wants to do a rematch, but...
I mean, he could just turn off his game and refuse to finish, but I don't know, I think...
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah, I think he gave the offer, and Light's okay with giving the win in that he did soft lock it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Light doing the honorable thing, the honorable forfeit. Not even gonna entertain the idea of a rematch.
Another red jar. Definitely not good for him.
Yeah, he's pretty low. He needs to get up to 2,000 in order to take attack 5, and then beyond that, he's going to need another 400, including the 200 that he gets from Helmet Head.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's gonna be able to get that if he gets only red jars from now on.
Well, he's got 2 more, I want to say 1 or 2 more attempts at a red jar. 1 or 2 more shots at it. Probably 2. I think if he gets them both, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's got 2 more attempts.
If he doesn't, though, if he misses at least 1, I don't know what's going to happen. If he misses 1, it's borderline. having a little trouble with this red iron knuckle. Once the red iron knuckle starts stabbing, oh man, casts fairy. Other people right here might have not cast fairy and used that magic for the life spell, but
he's really low.
It's
these falling blocks, I wouldn't even risk this.
yeah.
One of those things could kill him. Oh. Everything becomes dangerous when you've got such low health.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's one of those situations where you think if he had just played not even paying attention to his life, he probably would have been fine. But once you start compensating for being in the low health zone, you're going to end up playing differently and doing awkward stuff. Oh, there's a pea bag.
Yeah, you start doing safe strats and playing not with the strats that you're used to.
Right. Sometimes you just doing the thing that you're used to is the safest thing instead of trying to make up new strats on the spot.
He should be fine, I think. He's got to still kill a few things, though. Just start skipping stuff.
Yeah, because he needs... Well, he's got to get up to 2,000, and then he needs another 200 after that before getting to Helmet Head. Which there should be. There's
enough.
There's enough for that. There's over 200 in the final room alone. Red Iron Knuckle right before that, and a 100 bag in that room as well, so he's all good.
Yeah, there's a lot of experience at the very end of this palace.
Right, and the thing to account for is one of them is going to be a drop, and if that doesn't happen to be a P-Bag drop, then you're just going to lose the experience entirely. So just make sure that you've planned on, worst case scenario, that drop falling on the 100-point enemy, the Red Iron Knuckle. But even if that happens, he should still be fine.
Yeah, right now it's gonna be fine.
He's gonna dig, because why not?
But he dug pretty okay.
Pretty badly, I would say.
Well, yeah.
You gotta be careful.
I was gonna say pretty deep, but...
You gotta leave yourself an out. There's a nice, smooth way of doing it. There's just like the block breaks in some of the breakable block key rooms and things. There's like a certain pattern that you can make.
Yeah, you basically just make a little staircase going down there.
Mm-hmm. And you can do it all with one jump and downstab arc, and then a slash as you go part of the way down. It's a nice easy thing to do. And here, Breastickle trying to skip the orange Iron Knuckle that's actually easier to kill than to skip.
Yeah, I always kill this guy.
Yeah, because you try to jump over him, and you're probably going to end up delaying anyway. So you may as well just take that one hit to kill him. Or the 2 hits.
Yeah.
And a really aggressive fight from the right side of Helmet Head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good on him. He's got plenty of experience. See what these swamp encounters do for BT here. One regular encounter, one path encounter. He's got at least one more encounter coming his way. Fortunate back spawn, but I don't know if... Yeah, he's just going to wait and take it on the path. Ooh. Very nice pattern, but will he get a graveyard encounter? Yeah, he does.
And he's killing everything in the graveyard encounter. Oh, I'm not sure if he... Yeah.
He doesn't have enough steps. Oh, he did get lucky, yeah. That's not enough steps when you walk around the King's Tomb from there.
Yeah.
LIT doing a little manipulation there to get into Palace 3 without incident.
He didn't get the red jar at the entrance, but he's gonna get magic level up right now.
Probably get a drop from one of these things. No, he didn't. I think he thought he was going to get a drop there. He slashed back at that skeleton. Yeah, really the only part that you have to think about in this palace is what to do at the beginning of it until you get your magic refilled. Because if you come in with magic 2 already taken, you don't get that nice quick magic refill at the start here. So yeah, a little bit of risk. We see him down to about 3/4 of a box of health. That Mew standing in exactly the spot that he wanted to jump from. So he patiently waits for it to move.
Now I wonder if he's gonna get life 4 or magic tree. Oh, neither. He's gonna get a red jar.
No drop there, but yeah, I bet he wants to cast that life spell. Might have chosen to cast it while it was still filling up, but no, he knows he's about to take a magic level anyway somewhere, so...
Maybe he's gonna take a life level. The way he's not casting life, yeah.
He is taking a life level. I mean, yeah, you're right, that would be the only explanation for him not casting a life spell, but... I'm not too much of a fan of the life 4 strats in this. I think it just turns a palace that doesn't normally have a difficult experience threshold into one that does.
I usually take it just so I can get a magic tree in P4. So I can skip a death abuse by getting a magic level up there. Well, I guess it's possible to get magic 4 in P4, but then you need a little bit more experience. But
Yep.
he's deciding to take both anyway.
Oh, he takes them both. Well, then he's certainly hoping that he's going to get some drops. I mean, what...
Good experience.
Do
And
you...
he skipped.
You're actually okay at 634. You just gotta kill that stuff. That's
Yeah,
all.
but he skipped a what are those?
Doom Knocker.
Doom Knocker.
Both of them?
No, we killed the first one, but he skipped
Oh.
the second one.
Yeah,
That
and then he's
was-
in the lava, so down to his last life now. Final life, so he could game over. And if he does game over, I'm wondering if Light Z is going to be kicking himself when he gets back from his beer run.
Yeah, that's why I thought Light would continue, because I think he, under certain circumstances, he could have still had a chance.
Yeah, so Warlock, that's not a dropped input, but that's a really common thing that happens when you bump your head on those blocks. You come into the room, there's that vertical column of blocks, you break the bottom 2 blocks and walk through, and you have only a 1-tile square from which to make your jump, and if you jump just a little bit too early, Link will bump his head and end up in the lava. That has happened to a lot of people. It happened to me in a race.
I've done it. Yeah,
Or-
I've done it 2 times in one go.
Yeah, it does happen.
So Breastickle just got a red jar, so I think he's gonna be a bit low on experience.
Yeah, he did go and kill the extra red iron knuckle from the statue head.
How much does he need actually? Is it only 500?
500.
500.
499.
Yeah, 499. So I think if he kills the blue IK, he's gonna be fine.
Yep. He might get a drop, but if you kill the blue IK, you should be okay. Because I used to do 634 a lot, so.
499, yeah, one or the other will get it for him. Probably the red. I don't think the red's going to be a drop.
No, because he just got a red jar, so yeah, he's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he is just fine. He's standing too far to the left.
Yep, he's not gonna get it from there.
It's going to be off screen. And there we go, takes damage because that's what happens if he's too far to the left. Jackhammering away.
Jackhammer, yeah. He's on his last life as well, so
I know, and he's going to have to create some distance if he wants to be able to fight this thing. Go against the left wall and press left for a little bit, and that'll get him to move closer.
Another thing that I think Simple Dude came up with is if you actually tap right instead of holding it, he's not gonna move. Well, he's almost not gonna move. You
Yeah,
can get close to him way more easily. But he still gets the fight correctly at the end.
yeah, he finally got it. Good. That could have gone really badly. But yeah, another thing you can do is let go of the D-pad while you're jumping. Jump towards it and let go of the D-pad. And if you're not holding the D-pad, the enemies don't back away from you. The large enemies don't back away from you. So basically what Max was describing there with tapping forward on the D-pad intermittently is essentially doing the same thing. It gives Link a little momentum, and then you coast without the D-pad pressed, and that gains you some ground. It gets you a little closer to the Iron Knuckle.
Yeah, exactly. The one reason why you would want to do that instead of jumping is that you can more easily block the incoming beam swords.
Yeah, jumping is a bit risky if you're going to be taking your thumb off the D-pad repeatedly. It's a little tricky to get that right. This spot here is surprisingly difficult to avoid encounters sometimes. Just unlucky patterns, and you're to spot pretty far into the game, so you don't have any control over what patterns you're getting. I love the last chance fairy.
Well, at least you got the beam sword now for the upcoming cave.
Yep.
After the raft, I usually like to just let go of the D-pad after one square, and then they appear, and then I make my moves. I've noticed that works for me.
I've never tried that.
Yeah. He's only got one life left, right? Because he fell in the lava, yeah.
But there is one life coming up after getting the kid, so he still has one death abuse he could take in P4.
Well, she's a very lazy woman. That's all we can say.
If you want to hear more about that, wait until the next race.
Yeah, I was gonna say, TG is gonna be here for the next race, so you're gonna get enough to cover all 3 races.
Well, we saw BT putting the beam sword to some use. Let's see if you can get this walk through the forest.
Oh, we're getting pretty bad random walks.
Yeah, that monster was not cooperative, but the last set fortunately was, and he didn't get into any encounters there. Very good.
Interesting path.
So this area that Breasticle's approaching is probably one of the hardest manipulations to get right. Oh, wait, don't forget your one-up, buddy. Yeah, so this way is not so bad as long as you know the route. Oh, he's just going for it. Yeah. You'll usually see players wait there on top of the one-up square until the first set of monsters appears, and then dodge them, and then basically walk onto this grass here and trigger the next set of encounters, and then 2 more right before leaving the grass. And it works pretty well. Very few patterns that won't let you do that.
It's hard to know if he knows the actual encounter manipulations, or he's just playing through it. He's not really too worried about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because his PB is a decent, very good PB. It's a good PB. So if he doesn't know those manipulations, he could cut some really good time off of that.
Yeah, when we see people with PPs 122, they generally know all the stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
Yeah.
maybe he's just kind of monstering through the game.
Well, he just monstered a cast of the jump spell there for some reason, so clearly he's not his usual self right here.
He got super jump second try, which is pretty good.
That's really good. So that jump that he made to get on top of the rooftop there, you're not supposed to be able to jump up. Normally you're going to get onto the roof over here, that spot that he's at right there. You cast jump and get onto the roofs and crawl your way back to the right, but you can jump directly up there by jumping from a certain pixel. There's like a 1 pixel spot that you want to jump from, and that gets you up onto the roof.
I have timed it. You can fill it roughly 6 to 7 times before it's a waste of time. So
Yeah, that's right. I didn't mind 7 times.
so you didn't lose any time, Max.
Okay, is not very good, not very cooperative monster pattern there for the first encounter skip.
But he's just going for it. Oh, he almost fell.
Oh, it's so dangerous. Yeah, the bubbles always push you to the right, so this is
Yep.
usually the safer way to go, but man, and he's not even stopping for this next one. This is one I often see people not stopping for because it's no bubbles, not too dangerous. It's still faster to take the encounter skip though. But does he know what to do here? He's already doing this in a weird way. And he didn't pause spot for the second set, and he was just trying to eyeball it, and it didn't work.
Well, at least he knows he has to stay on the grass as much as possible.
Yeah.
And he might be able to, get the next one.
Yeah.
It looked like he had it exactly the same way when we were doing the dazzle coming from the cave, so that was a good second half.
Right, yeah, he recognized that he was at the right spot in the counters, that he could just do the same thing that he did the first time he went through there.
Yeah, I messed that up. That was one thing. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, you sort of don't think about it. So that was good.
Yeah.
Well, he's got full health now and almost full magic, so I don't think that's going to affect the way he does Palace 4. He's only down 1.5 boxes of magic. His life situation, though, we may only see him take 1 death here, if any.
I do like in this area life 4, but because life 3, some of these guys hit like a ton of bricks, like the Tektites and the dinos and stuff.
Yeah, the little guys that come out of the sand in the desert.
Oh yeah.
Those guys hit really hard when you only have life 3.
Yeah, those levers will do, I think, almost 3 boxes of damage, right?
Pretty close to, yeah.
No jump spell for him. Oh,
That's a bit risky.
that always makes me so nervous when I see that. You got a real quick double hit on that Doom Knocker there. I didn't see how that happened.
But so one thing I've learned, he casts jump when he doesn't need it, and he casts jump. He's got them mixed up. The jumps are mixed up here.
Yep.
He's casting
Casting
jump on his way
on the
back.
way back. Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Are you guys a little bit ahead of me in the stream? Like right now as he was exiting the lava room.
Oh, okay.
I'm behind.
You're behind?
But-
Okay. And
See,
now he
I-
does the falling.
Yeah, I'm behind 10.
Okay.
I think 10 seconds.
Oh, you should refresh.
Yeah, I have been. Seems to be.
Alright, jackhammer into fairy into magic refill. That's my favorite combination right there.
Yeah, that's the best spot to get your magic refill.
Yeah. Always feels really nice. I love doing that in a run. Just jackhammer, fairy, magic refill.
It feels great.
Yeah.
Where is he now? I just refreshed.
Lava room he just entered.
Oh,
And he's hitting the Doom Knocker. Alright, it does get a red jar drop. I think he's... Oh yeah, so he cast life, so that means he's definitely going back for that red jar.
Yeah. Well, he only has one life to spare, so...
Yeah, that's true. This wouldn't be the place to spend it. I honestly wouldn't even do it in the next room coming up. He should probably just be really stingy with his magic and ride the rest of this out. Careful on this bridge. This is one where you see people getting some really bad patterns from these heads, and it's all up to you. You have full control over where they spawn.
Yeah.
people have a tendency to be very jump happy in this, so when they get to this room, they just keep on jumping for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trick is there's like a spot where there's platform that's not part of the breakable bridge. You got to make sure you walk on both of those. And if you do that, it sets up everything else nicely.
Looks like he's better than GTM at making stairs.
Oh yeah. I have not adapted that yet.
Yeah, it's a weird skill because like for a while it's so awkward, and once you get it, it's just like a muscle memory. You can't not get it. There's all these places in the game where you'll see someone down stabbing and they break 2 blocks at the same time by hitting the seam in between them, and it's actually a pretty tight window to hit, but it's one of those things that just gets absorbed into your muscle memory pretty quickly after you've practiced it a bit.
Yep.
I should definitely practice it.
Yeah. I'm impressed by all these double hits he's getting on the Doom Knockers. I think I've
Yeah,
seen
that was
3 of them and he's double hit there. And I don't even see how he's doing it. I just see him hit one time and it kills the thing, which can't be true, can't be possible.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how we did that.
It must be just a really quick double tap on the D-pad. That's got to be it.
Probably.
Yeah, here we see him playing it real safe. This is the tricky one right here, that when that lava head spawns. That unicorn head, that one right there. But yeah, he's not taking a death here. He goes back for the blue jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that they drop blue jars when they first start running this.
Most of these these aren't infinitely spawning enemies, but a lot of these enemies that fly will not give you drops. Like the dog heads don't do it.
Yeah,
These do.
they just take away when they hit you.
When he was at the end of the last room where we got the key, He actually stabbed the statue from the right, which is something a lot of people do, but I think it's better to stab it from the left, because then if it spawns a iron knuckle, you can just go and forget about him. But if you're standing on the right of the statue and you get an iron knuckle, you have to fight it to get through. So his experience is gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, he's got plenty. This thing is worth 301. It says 300, but he's actually worth 301. All the 300-point enemies in this game are worth 301.
Looked like he was thinking there might be a drop there. At the end. Interesting.
Well, Breastickle making short work of Karak. Wasn't the worst fight I've seen. Not equipping the fairy spell though. And BT going... Is he? Yeah, going straight into Palace 5, saving that art container for later.
Yeah, he probably knows about River Skip.
There's attack 8. Lightsea has returned from the store with beer. Just a little update on the beer run progress. There we go, Breastickle grabbing that key the way I like to see it. I see some people beam sword that skull bubble, or sometimes people will hit the key and then hit the skull bubble. You don't need to do any of that. As long as you crouch slash that key and then immediately jump and change directions, you can accelerate real quickly, no slide. And BT fighting these red iron knuckles in a weird way. With attack 8, you can one-hit them, so that's actually not necessary to kill them through the blocks. So you can do that room without stopping at all, just by walking off the top of the block, and that causes the red iron knuckle to back up just enough that you can slash him as you fall off the blocks. Now let's see what the block RNG has to say. Oh, block RNG likes him. So some questions about hard locks and soft locks in this. Yeah, soft lock, it's avoidable. You just have to be paying attention. A lot of people like to win by actually beating the other person, not just by being the guy who didn't soft lock. So we have seen some forfeits and rematches in those situations, just because people want to win, you know, having both people feel like they've played their best. But at the same time, this is a tournament, and the soft lock is a mistake, just like any other mistake. You know, you fall into a pit because you've messed up, or you walk off the screen at the wrong time because you messed up. It's, you know, it's not necessarily beyond your control. Hard locks, we have seen at least one of those so far in this race. That's when you're, let's say you bump your Nintendo, or, you know, you shake it or something like that, get a bad connection on the pins, or sometimes just random freezing. I mean, the games do crash for other reasons that are beyond the player's control. We don't really have an official policy for how to deal with any of that. Mostly it's just up to the runners to decide. I want to try to encourage people to talk about it with your opponent ahead of time so you don't have to be put on the spot. But...
yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, but everyone's been such good sportsmen in this, I don't really see any potential for conflict yet.
Yeah. And to his credit, Breastickle said if you want, I can do a rematch. And like to his credit, he said, "No, you got the win. Could have avoided it." So
Babrick saying he's never had a hard lock except, if he bumped something, but this is also the guy that had the map in Valley of Death screw up on him and make an impassable corridor. So he's lost a run to the game glitching out, and we thought at first that might be a flashcart issue, but Scavenger claims that he's also seen that happen on a regular old original cart. How the softlock happens. This game has a glitch where if you exit a screen at the exact same frame that a level up happens, the game will softlock. So you just gotta watch your experience. If you see you're about to hit a level up as you're walking off the screen, just wait and let it happen. And don't walk off. But in this race, Light happened to get a random encounter in a really unexpected spot, and I don't think that was a place that he'd ever even considered softlock happening. Most players, there's a few spots that are really hot spots for soft locks just because of the way your experience is totaling up. And so people are really cautious. We'll see when immediately after Palace 5, he'll get the heart container, and that's a spot where people have to be really careful of it, but Light Seas was just out of the blue. Yep, another soft lock, that's a good point. If you are in a boss room and you kill the boss and then turn into a fairy without hitting the key, you're stuck. There's no way to end your game unless you want to hit up A on the other controller or something, which isn't allowed in this category.
also, dude brought up if you kill one of the bosses at the end of the screen, you can soft lock it that way because the key won't drop.
Oh, at the edge of the screen, and the game doesn't recognize the death. Oh, that'll screw you up.
I've had that happen on Revo, so in P6, it's very easy to do it on that. Actually, I've seen a couple people have it happen to them.
I'm watching Lights. He's got his webcam up, and I'm seeing Pepsi, rum, and Rolling Rock. I don't know how he's combining those three elements there, but that can't be good. And Breastickle, you saw that spot right there where BT just upstabbed the skull bubble. What you can actually do is upstab the block one tile to the left of where he hit that skull bubble, and it'll pass right by him. It's a neat little strat you can use. And Breastickle walking into this. Oh, lucky red jar drop, because he was kind of low on resources there. Oh, there we go. Get a little demonstration. I'm not sure if he was trying to jackhammer or if he just wanted to get over the top to fight him from the other side. Oh, we saw a little bit of jackhammer happening there.
Yeah, the beginning of the fight was a bit weird, but he didn't take any damage and ended up killing pretty fast.
Okay, so here he is picking up the heart container, and watch his experience. 5, 6,000, 7,000. See, look, you could see, yeah, he was only about 500 away from getting a level up just as he exited that screen. You can see with a little bit of hesitation how you might get a soft lock there. DT needs to take 2 extra steps somewhere. Oh no, he's doing the old method. So he spawned encounters in the water, and then hit one of the encounters in the water, which despawns that enemy, and uses that to get to the River Devil.
But he didn't go in the cave.
He didn't even go in the cave. Yeah, that's true. The old strat, I guess, would be going in the cave.
I think that was a random strat.
I think it was just random, made up on the spot strat.
Oh man.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, that was the old going into the cave was the old strat there.
Well, we're going to see all 3 fence encounters for BT here because he did not manage to get the fence skip. That's a pretty major skip. You often you'll see players resetting when they don't get it, even though they're more than halfway through their run. Because if you're going for a PB and you just add 20 seconds to your time, you're probably not going to get it. Alright, ducking onto the bridge to reset the counters into the swamp to get a distant spawn, and then right here is where you're supposed to pause buffer, but he was 1 square too far when he paused. But if you know the right square where that second set of monsters is going to appear, you want to pause just as they appear, and that tells you how to dodge them.
It's always interesting to see how people use their magic here.
Yeah, I like to see the fire spell get used in here. But yeah, you did get a red jar drop from the first one. That is one of the reasons for using fire here, to get a red jar drop. And I see people not letting go of the D-pad when they jump over that red Dyra. You guys know what I'm talking about? You want to let go of the D-pad so he doesn't follow you?
Yeah.
It's just
I
more
tend to-
dangerous.
I tend to just down stab on his head, but I do know the strat. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I feel like when you're going to down stab off his head, you still run the risk that you're going to not jump from the right spot and not quite make it to the next ledge, and then risk taking a hit. And I have seen people getting hit there in these races, and it's one of those things where just a little bit of know-how makes that taking that damage completely avoidable. But that's something that I actually did not realize about this game until I was well into speedrunning it. I had speedrun this a while before anyone ever pointed out to me that any of the large enemies that back up as you approach them, you can get them to stop backing up by letting go of the D-pad. So if you're jumping over them, get a little bit of momentum going and let go of the D-pad while you're in the air. You just go right over the top and they don't follow you.
Yeah, that's a really useful strat for many enemies.
If you ever do a low-level run of this game, it's a staple of the run. You're doing it all over the
you
place.
pretty much have to do it.
Alright.
At least it will make life a lot easier. That's for sure. Well, he's sticking in there with the 1 CC, that's for sure. So far, so good.
How many lives does he have now? Still have 1 to spare, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And also I realized he's gonna do 887 rather than 886.
887, huh? That's a new one. Usually when you see people at life 7 at this point, it means they're going for 877. The advantage to that is that you take Magic 7 inside Palace 6, which is normally a pretty magic-starved area. Oh, wow, it didn't slink, but he managed to get a nice little pattern there, but got hit by the second set.
Yeah, the reason I think he's gonna go 887 is because he actually took life 5 in Palace 5. So that way you have a bunch more experience when you take life 7. So as you can see right now, he already has a bunch of experience, and with the experience he's gonna get in P6, he can actually skip life 8, which is 4,000, and still get magic 8 in the end.
I was wondering if I would see anyone do this with 888, but I haven't yet in one of these races.
That would be interesting.
Oh, he does this sword boost. This freaks me out, this sword boost. It just freaks me out. You can make it across that gap without casting the jump spell and without doing any kind of damage boost. And I don't know, some people just are more comfortable boosting off the swords than doing that.
Yeah, the sword is pretty much guaranteed to work. Oh, we just fell down.
And this is in the wrong direction, because the drain from this area goes back to the left, and he's going to come in from the left side of that room again.
Yeah.
We'll make him an honorary Canadian for today.
Honorary Canadian. This is your test for Canadian citizenship.
Exactly.
Alright, so this is tricky getting up. This is a 3-block high jump. Oh, of course he gets it first try, so never mind.
Is he trying to make that jump
What's
without casting the jump spell?
I think he forgot which one it was, because he didn't even try to jump. But yeah, it looked like he was going to do that.
Not sure that's a good idea. Basically, every time you fall down there, you waste around 45 seconds. When it's on the way to the crust. On the way back, it's only about 10 or 15, but right now he's getting destroyed by those wizards.
I know, we got the threat of a game over looming here. We've got twice falling down the hole. I'm wondering if Light Z should have kept going.
Oof.
Hopefully he casts jump this time.
There's no need to be stingy. If you don't get hit by a magic drainer, you've got all you need. He's doing it without. Oh, he made it, fortunately.
And he dies. Oh, no, I thought he was going to die.
Does he? Oh, and he gets life cast just in time there. That's crazy.
I really thought he was going to die, and he would have had to do his jumpless jump again.
And it would have been his last life. I think he's all out at this point, right? Or he's got one more death, but after that he's done. Is casting Fairy to pick up the cross. That's a choice that we've not seen very many people make.
Well, especially after you don't cast jump to go across the gap.
Right. Fairy costs so much more than jump.
And he didn't even try to go for the red jar on the way back.
Did he kill he killed the Iron Knuckle on the way?
Oh, you're
in,
right,
though,
he did.
So it's gone. We'll see if he casts jump to go for the thing in this falling room. The red jar there, maybe.
Otherwise, he's gonna have to take a death abuse.
Yeah. Yeah, his 6 count is not in a spot where he's gonna. Oh no! He could be doing magic 7 here, right?
Oh, you're right.
So
Maybe
he
that's
doesn't
what
need a
he's
death
doing.
abuse. If this guy, he goes for the red jar anyway, though. He does get the jump jar.
No ceiling walk.
No ceiling walk. Cast life. Did not cast life. I don't even know if he had much magic left. If he kills one more of these things, he's going to be... Oh, there we go. He's going to be kind of disappointed if he gets his magic level up and still hasn't refilled his life. Oh, he's not even taking the magic level up. Never mind.
Yeah, right. So he is going 887 then.
What's it cost for life 8? Is it 4,000?
Yep. So he's good already.
Okay, so he's fine. The Reuben Axe is going to be worth 300, and Barbara will be worth 700. BT going back for a blue jar. Oh man, I've done this. Re-enter this room over and over again until you get the 6 count lined up on this thing.
I'm not even sure needed to do that.
He's got to cast Fairy, and that's going to be 2.5.
Sure had enough for Fairy, but maybe he didn't have enough for Jump.
Yeah, he wants Fairy and Jump.
Yeah, you want to jump for the boss.
I remember doing this, yeah, when I was first starting to play this game.
I have done that before, yes. It's not so bad, because you're almost guaranteed to get a blue jar. And on average, you'll have to enter it 3 times. Only 2 times besides the first time through. Not too bad.
It's gonna be close, but I think he might have been fine for Jump without the blue jar. Oh,
What?
it looks like he's...
We're seeing some more unconventional stuff.
Yep.
That's what's over here, guys. A 1-up guarded by some really obnoxious enemies. The irony would be if he got drained so much by this thing that he couldn't... Oh, he's going to get killed.
Yep.
This is a long death. Painful long death.
Well, this is an educational experience.
I used to do this in New Game Plus when I first started playing it. Get that one up there.
The thing won't kill him. There we go, there we go.
That's a
Take
very
forever.
slow death
It's
abuse.
really taking its time. Here he is on no health. It's still alive again on no health. Alright.
Alright.
My goodness. Well, he's got plenty of magic now for this boss. Think we'll see a jackhammer strat here?
I don't think so. Well, no, he wanted Jump.
It's looking like it now.
Okay.
Not gonna get one cycle though.
The game that you're seeing on Light Z's stream is called Amagon. It's basically a Contra-like game. Kind of an awkward Contra. Alright, so Breastickle strat now, he's going to take Magic 7 here on the bridge. That lets him cast Fairy for free there. He got that free cast of Fairy. Now he's going to skip, and he's at 5,500 out of 6,000. So that means after 500 more experience, he's going to have a shot at Magic 8. He's going to try to take that either very late in Valley of Death or at some point in Great Palace, and that's going to refill his magic entirely. Hopefully get him through Palace 8 or Palace 7 rather without having to take a death, or get the extra 1-up and then take a death. And Breastickle using Fairy strats on this bridge. He's going to Fairy on this bridge, so it's 100% safe. Fairy on the next bridge, so you already queued it up there. And Fairy... Oh, there you go. Fairy spell again. And now once he enters the lava part of the Valley of Death there, he's going to go to the right and get a red jar. It's a fixed drop. It's always there except when weird glitchy things happen and it despawns. Breastickle not taking a path encounter. Normally people will do that to avoid this grave encounter. And he does manage to get the encounter skip with a really awkward pattern too.
Yeah.
And there's the
But
red
at least
jar.
he gets the red jar.
Yep.
Double back spawn.
Very good. He just skipped a random encounter, so it's one less encounter for this. This is exactly what you want in a PB attempt. You want that to happen right there. And he's getting Fairy with a little bit of an overflow cast. He was actually a little bit low on magic to get a free cast of Fairy.
Yeah.
Very cooperative monsters here. There's Spell. Turns that Scorpion into a bot.
That's not a good thing to do.
No, you don't like that? Oh, he hesitated a little bit as he entered that lava there, so he knew he wouldn't be able to make it to this point before the monsters spawned. And it looks like he ended up getting an early spawn anyway. Sometimes the monsters will spawn just a split second sooner than they're supposed to. I don't exactly know what causes that. I think it's something to do with the global timer for when you enter the overworld, but yeah, that's why he got an encounter there anyway. He had done the smart thing, though, re-entering that cave when he saw that he'd lost time.
Yeah, that was a good thing to do.
Here he is in Great Palace. This is the one spot where if you were to game over, you continue from the start of the palace, not from the start of the game. This means that you can take an intentional death here. The rules of this race even allow the players to take an intentional game over as long as you do it from at the very beginning of this palace, in case they want to get all their lives back.
Yep.
You just
But
go
he still
for it.
has one spare life, so he's not gonna try and do that.
He does still have a spare life?
Yeah, because he took the extra one in P6.
And then died.
Oh yeah, you're right, because he had to death abuse. Did he?
He did
No,
die.
he got the red jar, so he didn't death abuse in P6, and then he got a spare life and died, but I think he still has another one.
Oh, you think he has another one? Oh, okay.
He has one extra right now.
Oh, okay. You're right.
I wasn't sure, that's what I thought.
He'll be hitting the menu at some point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We're gonna make sure.
Yeah, we're thinking it's going to say 1. It's going to say Link 1 when he hits the menu. And that's the number of spares. That doesn't include the life that you're currently on. It's too quick. Well, now we'll know.
Yep.
He did have an extra one. Okay, there you go.
Now he's on his last one.
That's right. The numbers that you see there after you die, those are 1-based numbers. And when you look at your lives in the menu, those are 0-based numbers. Also of note, he has not taken Magic 8 yet, so with another 268 experience, he's going to get Magic 8, which will refill his magic, so he can still afford to spend magic here. And he's got a shot at a red jar in this room as well, so lots of magic to work with. Oh yeah, you want it. There we go.
Gets it first try. Chooses not to cast jump here.
That's an interesting choice, considering he probably could have afforded to do that with the off
with
the magic
refill,
refill.
yeah.
Yeah, much trickier. And you can't just jump out of range of this bird knight. He's doing a real good job though, blocking those shots.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Actually was working on this yesterday just to see how viable it was because I've done jump for so long. It's not the funnest thing. Jump is just a lot better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And he can afford to spend his magic too.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because he still has the level up coming up.
Yeah. Gets nothing from the shopping mall, just keeps going. I don't think he needs a 1-up at this point, he's just gotta play it relatively safe, which he can afford to.
He's gonna have to kill that, though, yeah.
Yeah, he does have to kill this thing. This is the last source of experience. Last good source of experience, we'll say.
He doesn't like casting jump, so I'm interested to see what he does versus Thunderbird.
Yeah, that's right. He's got Magic 8, so he can afford to cast Jump and Shield and Reflect and then Thunder. He is doing Jump, it looks like.
But
Not
no
casting
reflect.
Reflect.
Interesting.
There's really no reason to not cast it.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, because you have enough to cast Shield at Dark Link, and there's really nothing else that you would want.
Did go for the early hit on
He
Thunderbird.
just queued up Fairy. I hope he doesn't use that against Darkling.
Did he really queue up Fairy? I hope he
Yeah,
knows
he
it.
did. And if he uses that, it's basically a soft lock.
Maybe that's his intention.
Maybe it is. Or he's gonna kill him and then Fairy. I don't
You'll
know really
win.
what that does.
You'll win if you do that, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Mhm.
So I guess that's why you wouldn't cast Reflect. To have a nice finish.
To have a nice swag Fairy finish. Oh. Clever, clever.
Exactly.
Yep, there it is. The Triforce is just floating in the air. Wow.
Oh, at least I got to see Breastickle play, so I can't say I didn't now. It's good stuff. But too bad it was soft lock on light. Would have been more fun to see them both just going at it.
Yeah, it did promise to be a close race, but things happen.